What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Infinite Gains again, back again with another AMC and GME update. And before we start the video, yeah, my bad. I was out for a week. I had to deal with some stuff, and I was out of town. And I just got back into town. Literally set up my PC, like making this video right now for you guys. And like I've been trying to update you guys in the Discord and stuff like that, because I'm able to kind of pop my head in there and send a quick message or trying to chart on my phone or something. But I am back at my PC, so I can update you guys. I've been trying to make videos like every other day or every day. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. This is AMC, so I guess we'll just obviously start on AMC. So I mean, obviously we've been trading in this kind of pennant pattern that you can kind of see here. 1, 2, 3, like literally just zigzagging. And now we can look at this in kind of two ways. One would give us kind of this trend line that kind of lines up with let's see, we can just delete these. Delete that one. Now, this one is using these two touch points, this trend line, and that would take you all the way back down to around 460. So that would take you to 460. You'd have 3 touches on the bottom. You'd have 1, 2, 3 touches on the top, and then you'd break out of your pennant. And preferably, what would happen is you would probably come down here, trade like this, and then one day you would just gap up. So you would gap up above the pennant and start running. So like that would probably happen like pre-market or something like that. So that's one scenario that could happen if we keep dumping, like if we don't get a strong move on Monday, because you are beneath your 20 moving average. So this orange right here is your 50 moving average, 50 moving average SMA, simple moving average. So this blue one is your 20 simple moving average. So we just fell below it. We were trying to build support, and I mean, as you can see, it didn't work out. So yeah, you could come down to like 488. So that's your 50 SMA. If 488 doesn't hold, then you're probably going to test this trend line here. This is pretty obvious. It's a pretty obvious trend line. It doesn't get more obvious than that. So you can hope that 488 holds, or we get some kind of watch pre-market, right? So if pre-market isn't strong, if we don't gap up or something like that, you're probably just, the 50 SMA is so close. It's you might as well just test it. You know what I mean? These SMAs are kind of like magnets. So you might as well just come up and test it. And so you may be able to kind of get by and view it like this, right? So we take this touch point, and then as you can see, it was we came down, tried this twice, fell below it, and then quickly recovered back up. So you could kind of make a trend line with these touches here, and that would actually correlate with the 50 SMA. So you could come down, touch the 50 SMA, something like this, come down and then come back up, and that's definitely a possibility as well. They're not gonna make it simple. They're not gonna make it predictable. That's why they came up, double topped, and then came back down. See, when I made that previous AMC video, I made it right here. I was saying, hey, if we don't get that advancement to the upside, then you're gonna come down and reject, and then hit this trend line. And I kind of messed up. They tricked me, kind of. Not really trick. You can't 100% say what's gonna happen. I was technically right. I'm not gonna say I called it perfectly or anything like that. But I did say in my video, I was hey, if you don't break this level, you're just gonna go down to $5, 480, then 460, and that's literally what happened. I didn't think that we would double top like that. I thought, if you got rejected right here, I thought you would go ahead and just already have that dump. I was waiting for the dump. I just didn't think that we would double top first. So, I mean, I didn't fully predict it, but I mean, I was kind of waiting for it. But we're still in a great position. People were like running around like scared. Like, okay, I get it. You bought July 19th contracts, bro. Like, you bought contracts that expire this month. Okay, that was kind of I mean, you obviously went into those knowing those were risks. Like, you got to buy your contracts like 6 months out or something, like, or even buy leaps. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, they're gonna drag this thing out. Like, it's unpredictable. Yeah, you can kind of say, hey, it might pump like this month, it might pump next month. But I mean, to really pinpoint an exact week or an exact date, I mean, I would say that's pretty much impossible for when this thing is gonna squeeze. So I just wouldn't even try to do that. Like, be modest. Be humble in your portfolio, play it safe, and I get it. Like, maybe use 1 to 2% of your portfolio on weeklies, like on weekly option contracts, because yeah, if it does pop off, that's a huge amount of money. But maybe 1 to 2% of your portfolio should be weeklies. Like, and if you aren't even up for higher amount of risks, you shouldn't even be playing options, period. Like, you should just be trying to average down shares, right? None of this is financial advice. I'm just saying, like, you got, like, I know these things are meme stocks, but you got to approach this, as a serious investor, because this is, honestly, it's a serious investment. I mean, people are kind of thinking like it's a joke or something like that because it's a meme stock, but you have to treat this like as a legitimate investment, as any other investment. Like, if you were investing in Nvidia or Amazon or Apple, like, this is how I would treat that. Like, seriously. So, assess your risk tolerance and don't go crazy. Like, don't YOLO into July whatever this Friday is, like July 28th or something, or July 29th. I don't know. Don't like YOLO your portfolio into weeklies. But anyways, yeah, so that's kind of the plan. So yeah, you could have slipped down to this like 488 area. If we don't bounce there and you kind of fall below, then yeah, I'd say 460. I mean, I'd say 460. And honestly, they may try to trick you. So, like, this is probably, like, if we do go down to 460, they might try to trick you. So, like, they'll slide down to, like, 446 or something like that. And basically what happens is a bunch of bears will start just piling in. They're like, it's over. We broke the trend line. It's fucking over. And people will start shorting like crazy. And then, oh, shit. Like, then that's when they fucking pump the shit out of it to, like, fuck a bunch of bears over. So, like, you may not hit that trend line exactly. Like, they may slip it right below and then fucking moon it. But they'll do something like that if 488 doesn't hold. But, I mean, honestly, below 488, I can't even tell you what's going to happen because, like, they could do anything because they may, like, do something like this, right? So they don't even hit the trend line, or they do something like this. Or they just straight up just hit the fucking trend line. Like, I don't know. Below 488, I don't know. Like, you should be trying to average down. So, like, if we're at, like, 482, like, average. Like, just average down all the way down below. Like, if we even go below 460. But something like this is going to play out. Unless we get a very strong, like, pre-market tonight. Let's look at GME slipping below its 20 SMA. That's its daily. So this is its daily 20 SMA. We slip below its 50 SMA that you see here. And literally, I mean, that's almost exact, like, rejection here. So, I mean, you probably will slip down even further, maybe even to $24. So this is a trend line. Like, I think that what happened is you kind of slip below here. Let me turn that off. Yeah, so we kind of slip below. Boom, and then you can see that's right where we gapped up, retested it. Once we hit that, we zoomed up to the upside. So I think this trend line makes the most sense, just looking at it, because you do touch it multiple times, and like every time we've kind of touched it, it's been like really explosive. or like literally once you touch it, you go to the upside. You know what I'm saying? So like this trend line seems pretty solid to me. So yeah, you could have some more downside all the way to like $24. So that is possible. Because we just got rejected off our 20 SMA. Let's see, we do have a trend line like that, like using these 2 points, but it really doesn't make as much sense to me as this trend line. If that is possible, then like you're literally outside of the triangle, so you're just kind of in limbo. So honestly, I'm not a big fan of that trend line either. I think this one's the most viable for now. So yeah, you could slip down to $24 ish, and then you'd probably gap up and start mooning. So yeah, I mean, you could have more downside on GME. I mean, you're slipping below TMAs, but let's kind of zoom out, go to the daily. So this is AMC's daily. As you can see, this is its 50 SMA here, this little orange line at 48 that I was already showing you, but we did get rejected from its 200 SMA twice here. We kind of were trying to break above it. Nope, didn't. And then this is its bull support band here, made with its I forget what SMA. I think it's 20 SMA and then some 21 EMA, I think, something. But we fell below its moving average bands. So probably, I mean, on the daily, I'd say you're heading down to 488. Like, let's make a simple trend line here. I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? And that's all the way down to 460. So like, that's what you're kind of seeing on the daily. You can make something like this, right? So if we make something like this, so if we use this touch point on the daily, boom, boom, boom. So you do have 3 touches on the daily time frame, and like that is 100% a possibility where like you broke out and you're coming back to retest it, and then you're off to the races, right? So we've kind of already broken out. That's another way to kind of view it. It really just kind of depends. I mean, like, we've already kind of bounced from that trend line, so it does kind of give more validity to it, I'm not gonna lie. But again, you'd have to see some kind of movement in pre-market or something to kind of validate that, like, because that would be huge, right? Like, that would be huge. So you would probably see some movement in pre-market, like mooning, you know what I'm saying? If we actually did break out of the pennant, because you could view it again, like I was showing you, like this, you know, we kind of got rejected twice here, something like that, right? So like that's a possibility as well. So again, like, we're just gonna have to have more data to kind of tell what really happened. If we don't get a bounce, let's look at GME on the daily. Again, yeah, this is kind of what I'm leaning towards. So you are really close to bottoming out. I mean, I really see us. I mean, if we slip down to $24, I mean, I'd probably say that's probably it. I mean, honestly, I really do think that this week is going to be a good week. Maybe not, because a lot of you guys have jinxed it, like posting on Reddit and shit, like, oh yeah, we're gonna moon this week. This is it. This is the week, bro. Like, hedgies the algos are reading that shit. Like, oh, okay, everyone thinks it's gonna moon. Okay, let's fucking dump this shit. No, I'm just joking. But like, no, I mean, you think that's actually, it's not even a joke. They actually do that. I'm not even lying. But yeah, let's look at AMC on its weekly. This green line here is its 100 SMA. So that's sitting at 483. So yeah, we could test that. As you can see, like, that's literally where the candle, on the huge jump up, that's where the body of the candle rested, right there, or kind of where it began. So yeah, we could come down to 43. So that's its 100 SMA on the daily. On the weekly, I mean, AMC's 200 is sitting at $70. Is that its 100? Let me check here. Yeah, so that's its 200 here at $70, so 100 at $30, and its 50 SMA is at 731 that we tested right here in May. So that's a big milestone. If we break that 731 point, I mean, you're gonna gap up to 28 and then $70. So breaking that point is it's pretty huge. GME coming down to rest on its 100 SMA as well. So that's all the way down to 24.51 if we decide to hit that. On its daily, we did get rejected from its 200 SMA on the weekly. I mean, yeah, I think these are off the table. Like, you're not gonna hit these. I'm sorry. Like $19. Like, if we went to $19, it would be such a fire sale. Like, it wouldn't even make sense at that point because it would just be too cheap. But yep, that's AMC GME. I mean, like, seriously, there's just, I mean, nothing that you can really do at this point. There's nothing I can really say. Like, you literally just have to watch the charts. You know, like, people want me to like be like a mind reader or some shit of like the hedge funds. Like, I don't know. I low-key told you guys that we would be hitting $5. Like, I made a video like on AMC and shit like a couple weeks ago, or like literally like 2 weeks ago or something. Like, we were right here and I was like, okay, you're gonna slip down. Okay, I didn't realize that we'd pump again and make a double top. Okay, my bad. I didn't realize that shit, but I low-key told you guys. And it's not my fault that you guys were over leveraged in options. My bad, bro. Like, that sucks. But like, that's kind of the problem, is you gotta, like, this is a long-term play, you know, because you gotta kind of think, like, literally when this happened, it's already been 68 days. Like, that's a long time. That's a long time. So, I mean, and the last squeeze took several months. So, I mean, yeah, I do think something's gonna happen soon. Like, I really do think that something like is gonna have to happen this month or the next, because like, you're just running out of room. Like, you can't trade here forever. Like, you have to do something. You understand? Like, this thing is kind of coiling up, and it's a process. It does take a while, and I understand that people get like really excited. You know, like, we come up here, we're like breaking the 200 SMA. We're like, holy shit, this is it. Oh no, and then they dump it. And this is their game plan. This is what they want to do, because people are buying options everywhere. Right here, they're buying options. They're buying weeklies, and they all expire. Like, you're up here, your options, your IV and everything are like fucking mooning, and you're like, holy shit, and then they just fucking dump it. You know, like. And then they collect your premiums because your options expire worthless. So they're just racking up millions of dollars because the open interest on the option contracts are so fucking huge. Like, and they just expire worthless. And like, they're just, because we hit max pain on a Friday. We hit max pain and the options expired. So like, they just pocketed like millions of dollars in premiums, and like, that's their game plan. It's just they shoot it, they make you get really excited, then they tank it and collect all the premiums as the options expire, and then they just do it over and over and over again until the real squeeze happens, you know. And it's like, yeah, I mean, we're trying to predict it, and we're trying to predict like short-term price action, but I mean, you can't be like a time traveler or something and know the exact movement of the stock. So you just kind of gotta like look at zones of where, hey, I could average down in my shares, or I could pick up some shares here. Like, this is a good buying point. Like, honestly, after that dump, if we go to 488, like, hey, I'm gonna buy some here. If we slip below, I'm gonna buy some here, and then I'm gonna buy some here at this trend line. And then it's like, you just start averaging down like that, and that's how you should approach it. And then you can average down in options as well. You don't have to buy all of your options at one time, and you could spread them around at different strike prices. You could spread them around at different expiration dates. So maybe like 50% of your portfolio is like 6 months out. Maybe 25% is 3 months out. Maybe another 25% is like 2 months out, or something like that. So you're not over leveraged, and you're not kind of pinned in a single position kind of, waiting for this thing, because I have seen people like literally buy options and they expired worthless, and then the next week like it mooned, like, and they're just sitting on the sidelines, and they're like, that would hurt more than just losing money, because I mean, that just sucks. So you don't want to be that guy. Like, you want to approach this as a professional investment, and you want to make your own trading plan. I'm not a financial advisor, but that's kind of the message I'm pushing, is that, like, you shouldn't be gambling on this, you know what I'm saying? Because if this does hit, if you even have a few options, like, you're going to be good. You're going to make money, all right? Like, don't worry about that. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. That's the bad part, is the greed, because you're thinking, no, I'm going to pick up all these options for really, really, really cheap, and then I'm going to be super rich in like a week. Like, yeah, but they could expire worthless. I mean, you're gambling, Like, I get it, and I've done it before. Yeah, it's pretty fun, like buying weeklies and shit. If it does moon, like, holy shit, I'm rich. But, I mean, you shouldn't approach it like that, and, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should approach it as an investor. You should approach it as, like, a real investment, like, as if you're investing your, like, retirement fund or something like that. So, anyways, I'm not a financial advisor. Do whatever you want. I'm just saying, I've seen people get burned, and I don't want you to get burned. So that's just kind of the message I'm pushing. But yeah, guys, we're still good. We're still in a good position. I know people were running around, like, they're freaking out. Like, they're freaking out because we got a dump. I mean, what did we expect? How is this little dump scaring you? Like, when this happened, like. Like, what happened then? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, just calm down. We know the thesis. Like, this thing could pop off any day now. So, just average down. Just be, like, a professional investor. Just, like, calm down. Like, don't put emotions in your investment. Just start averaging down. Don't over leverage. But we're in a good position. Like, and I might live stream tomorrow. I might update you guys. But we're good. So anyways, to kind of just go over the entire video. So if we don't get a good bounce in pre-market and we dump tomorrow, we're not really dump, but we kind of bleed tomorrow, I would say, hey, average down at the 50 SMA on AMC, so that's 488. Then I would say, let's see, here at, okay, well, that's already so low, 460. So I mean, I would buy at 488, 460, and this would probably be a good point to average down if we hit here. So, like, where's 476? So honestly, this is a buy zone. So essentially, what I would do on my chart is literally just make a rectangle, and just be like, this is my buy zone right here. And that's your buy zone. And if we go all the way down to 460 and, like, hit this trend line, I'll update you guys. And they may try some, like, fuckery. Like, if we go down to there, like, they may try some shit. But honestly, like, this first point at 488 might be a good buy. I'm honestly thinking about that. And GME probably 24. If we don't get some movement, like, you could maybe bring this up here, right? And kind of, like, we kind of wicked below it, so you can kind of see where we bounced there. So that's kind of one way to maybe look at it. So that would only take us down to, like, 2464 or something like that. So I think that we're in a buy zone right here anyways, all the way down to, like, $24. So that's AMC GME. Let's end this video on, wait, actually, I think I have one more thing to show you actually on AMC or something. This is Nvidia. So this is its origin lines. Let's see so we can get a better look. Yeah, so right now we actually just fell below the midline, and you can see that was support here twice. And you can see how well it works, right? Because we bounced here. And I can kind of move that out of the way. What's like, okay, so we hit this purple line, dumped, and that was when I originally made that video on the video for you guys. I kind of alerted you. I was like, hey, if we come up to here, like, this is the top, like that's top, and then boom, we hit the second one, hit the second channel that I drew for you guys. So yo, I'm not gonna lie, like I was cooking pretty heavy. Like I was low-key cooking pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie. Because that's pretty fucking accurate, dog. Like that is pretty accurate. My bad, but I mean I was kind of cooking with that. Anyway, so we did fall below this midline here. So you could dump right here for sure, all the way back down 106. And my final target is probably around this 200 SMA, so that'd be like around 70-ish, high 70s. That's kind of my final target. I mean, obviously, I don't think that you're going to see a straight line dump like that. It's going to be like over time, something like this. I think you will be in the 70s in Nvidia. And that may seem like crazy to say that, considering how bullish Nvidia has been. So you are at its 50 SMA on the Nvidia. So like, yeah, you could bounce here. That's at 116.15 cents. If you fall through that, you could go to its 100 SMA at 101.58, which I think is the most probable. Now we did leave a gap on its weekly time frame, which is not preferable because you could come up to fill the gap and then head down. But you don't have to fill gaps. You don't have to on the weekly. It's not like a prerequisite or something like that. So you literally could just dump because we do have a gap here. So you could come all the way down to this gap. But kind of next line of support that I would be looking at would be this channel here. So that would put you at around $105, $106, depending on how long it takes to get there. So yeah, I'd be watching these SMAs. I'd be watching these channels. But I'm not gonna lie, like I was cooking a little bit. I mean, you just look at the chart. Like, just look at the chart, and there's nothing else to be said. All right, let's go to AMC. So this is AMC's channels that I have here, and like if you overlay this, we just bounced off of it almost exactly. No, literally exactly. We bounced off the channel. I mean, guys, like what else do you want from me? What else do you want? Wait, oh, and we rejected from this channel's midline? Wait, hold on. The one that I showed you guys like 2 weeks ago? Like weeks ago? I mean, yo, what do you want from me? Like, what do you want? I can't cook harder than this. I can't. Oh man, but no, I'm just joking. I don't want to toot my own horn. I'm just joking with y'all. I'm just having a little bit of fun because I'm sleep deprived, and I just drove like 9 hours. But anyways, we did literally bounce off this channel's midline, so you could just bounce from here. So I mean that could happen. So I think that you could have a strong pre-market literally tonight. So 4 o'clock in the morning, you could have a strong pre-market. Like these things are ready to pop. These things are ready to pop. Like you can't go much lower than this. I would say lowest 460 something AMC, lowest GME like $24, $23. Like that's like if you're averaging down at those levels, not financial advice, but you're doing good. You're doing good. I can guarantee you that if you buy at those levels, like sometime in the future, you will be able to sell for a profit. That is not financial advice. Do not take me at my word for that. But that is my lowest for GME and AMC. Nvidia, like I'm telling you right now, I think Nvidia is gonna dump. I don't know. I hate Nvidia for some reason. I am a Nvidia hater. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I hate Nvidia for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's like scammy or something. But you do see this trend line on the daily here, and we just fell below. So what could happen, right, to fill this gap is you could come up to retest the trend line and then dump, but this thing is looking pretty weak. It's looking pretty weak, honestly, but I'll update you guys on the video. I'll try to do some better charting on GME, AMC, and Nvidia, because I don't know, I haven't had time. I'm just making this video tonight because some of you guys have been asking for an update. Guys, I'm not scared. The thesis is still correct. Like, it's fine. Like, just I'm buying more. I'm buying more AMC and GME. Like, so that's not financial advice. None of this is. Anyways, I'm gonna end the video. I've kind of been rambling on and on and on. But so that's the update on everything there. And I'll try to live stream tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. So we can kind of go over some micro stuff, like day trading stuff. So I'll do that, and that's it. That's the whole video, and appreciate you guys for watching. And we're almost at 600 subs, so make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. And I'm gonna try to do like a video every single day this week. My bad. I've been out of town, and I've been trying to update you guys in Discord and stuff. But I'm gonna start making more videos and everything like that. So, yep. Anyways, that's all. So peace out.